gosh, and we are back again with another night of Star Trek Resurgence. So let's kind of jump right in and see what we're getting ourselves into this evening. I feel like we are getting closer to the finish here, but may still have a good bit to go. So.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Don't be a jerk, Portal 6-3.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tacon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps,
I see.
ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
You gotta come on board.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
That's going to be a problem.
Then I'm sorry. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you.
Oh,
We'll
God.
talk to Captain Solano about it.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
I've learned it's a very prestigious position in Tacon society. Or was, I suppose. Not just anyone is selected for the role.
And fewer still are suited for it.
How impressive. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
And we do need your help. Absolutely. And we are grateful that you decided to come.
And your captain has an odd way of expressing his gratitude.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tacon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tacon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tacon. That is why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
She warned me there might be resistance. But I never thought it'd be rooted in so much ignorance bordering on incompetence.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
To think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
Captain, you have my word. I will do everything within my power to protect you.
I appreciate that. It's not just my career on the line here. It's both of ours. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one.
Oh, I didn't like that.
I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes.
Well, okay. That's
Let me
fine.
know if you find anything.
All right, Christopher.
We're
Walken.
good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Galavan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours. The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How
I
long will it
found
take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Palisades cluster. Here we go.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
I'm just glad it worked, and we were able to track him down.
Which wouldn't have been possible without your determination. So thank you for that. Nice work.
Did right
Let me know
good,
if you find
Captain.
anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. The reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Taconian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding
I
Galvan.
think they do.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Well, that would be the warp core.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
What's this thing?
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation.
Alright.
I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
What's that thing? That is throwing out some serious radiation. Hey, buddy, you probably shouldn't be standing right there.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out.
Jeffrey's
There we
tube.
go. I'm getting
Alright.
a clear tetrametric signal now.
We got a clear signal now. You alright? Okay. Oh, we got something going on in here, guys. Did you guys not see this?
Found
Oh,
it.
crystals.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes, You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty. Well, I'll leave you alone already.
Good.
Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylis?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
No, not Tylas. No.
Maybe Tylis saw something.
Maybe Tylas got bioformed. Tylas?
Tylis, can I speak to you for a moment?
Anything going on?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duval bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Someone evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Good.
Let's get to it. The search
Good, my
starts in
buddy's okay.
engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Let's look at non-engineering.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Oh,
That helps.
duplicates.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
Now this is manageable.
And now?
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Uh-oh.
Let's see who's left.
Oh, no.
No. This can't be right.
What?
The
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering,
Scion?
it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi RD4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin, the Queen.
What a
The
twist.
captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it.
Music.
I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion Saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvan and the Saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us.
I'll handle this.
Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
It's quite the claim. Last time we spoke, you called this kind of talk mutiny.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
Well, it would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this?
Yeah.
If you fail, that's it. The end of your career.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Bedroshi. Back to my lower deck.
Down to one reactor. Thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Alright. Gameplay. Let's go. How do I get around here? Guys, there's a shelf in the way. How do I get through here? I'm stuck. Can I crawl? No, okay. Go this way. That console is broken. That door is broken. Oh. Crouch. Walk. Sand. Nice looking out there. Guys, we found the working console. It's here. And we click. Alright. Let's see. Down here we've got our star map.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Grab hold!
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. They keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps. They're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand, despite all this Takan corruption. We'll hold.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Just hiding out.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
I believe there's an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
Then you should understand this. My people have a special journey. When Illydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes, death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave him like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with a symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her.
You should try to see her again. When all this is over. Maybe things have changed for her after you've been away for years.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They not cease this madness.
Oh, man.
What is this place?
Is that the
Another
Veskar?
ship?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it. Just like
man.
the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better? Or worse?
It
Worse.
certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many
That's
lives
up to us.
stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
This doesn't look like the Ophelia. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer. The storm! It's back!
What the heck?
What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Astrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Oh, no. We gotta get over there. We gotta shut that ship down. Ooh, mutiny on the Resolute. Did you see that? Let's take a quick second to look at Carter and how he ended up there. Edslar is encouraged. How's Major doing here? Ah, and he is pleased. Good. I think we're doing good with our friends there. Alright, let's take a quick break to stretch our legs here. And we'll come right back with some more Star Trek Resurgence fun with the next episode, Mutiny on the Resolute. Looks good. LLAP.